Welcome to Beyblade Legends, the show where I interview the Beyblade community. Today, I'm joined by a very good friend, Beyblade Dad. Many of you know him for his incredible theory videos, and I am honored to have him on the show.
Well, Blaster, thank you very much. I really appreciate you putting this together. And yeah, let's get on to these questions. I'm excited to see what you guys want to know.
First up, we have Beyblade questions. How did you get into Beyblade?
So the first time I saw Beyblade was with my son, and he really got me into Beyblade. He loved it, and so I, of course, joined him to Beyblade. And before that, I had never seen it. When I grew up, I didn't really Beyblade at all. Most of my toys were Transformers, or, when I did have a spin top, it was one of those wooden spin tops.
Man, I was in the same boat growing up. When I was a kid, I had Transformers, and my mom just gave them all away for some reason to charity, and I came home, and I was so shocked. I couldn't believe it.
So yeah, Beyblade is actually pretty new to me. And so the channel was pretty much made as a discovery for me as a dad into the world of Beyblade, believe it or not.
All right, do you think Beyblade is a sport or a hobby?
So I think it's both a sport and a hobby, and that's because people can, of course, collect them and battle them as a hobby. But some people may actually take it very seriously and have tournaments and stuff, and so this makes it a sport, a target sport, in my opinion.
Man, I could not agree more with you. I think it could be perceived as either one. What's one of your favorite blading experiences?
I think that one of the best Beyblade experiences that I've ever had is actually doing this with you guys. Whenever I go live, it's actually a little bit nerve-wracking and a little bit exciting, but it's actually a lot of fun just doing it. So every time I go live, it's actually a very fun and awesome experience.
Yeah, dude, I know exactly what you mean. Going live is it's a completely different thing from making videos. Like, having that direct feedback is just really, really fun. Who's the best Beyblade character and why?
For me, I think Louis Shirosagi is one of the best bladers that the Beyblade Burst show has. Not necessarily the other ones, for Beyblade Burst. And that's because even if he loses, he's always laughing. He always learns. He's getting a better Beyblade. He upgrades his own Beyblade. He is one of the toughest opponents that Vault ever had. And of course, I really like Nightmare Longinus. That's one of my favorite Beyblades.
All right, dude. So what is your favorite stadium?
So a while back, I made a video about my favorite stadium, and that's the Surge Stadium. And that's pretty much for the fact that it has no pockets. But now, after a bit more experience and the crapload of base stadiums that I have, I actually like the DB Stadium a lot more than the rest of the other stadiums.
Yeah, honestly, both stadiums are really good. Surge has, the no pockets, the speed zones. I like that. And the DB Stadium also really fun and solid. On to YouTube questions. What made you decide to give YouTube a go?
So the first time I ever made a video, it was with my son. And it was more so that we can actually have a little bit of track record to see and look back once he's older, how we used to play and what we used to do. So that's how it really started, just to kind of have something to look back on.
Yeah, dude, I really respect that. Having that catalog to look back on when he's older, it's just going to be really enjoyable for you both. I like that. That's really cool, man.
But it's actually grown into a lot more than that. It's more now my journey with Beyblade.
What is your absolute favorite video that you've ever made?
My favorite video I've made? That's tough. Well, I do have quite a few now. I think over 600 videos that I've made now. But my favorite video is pretty much the one that talks about not being alone. And that's because a lot of times Bladers do Beyblade alone, and it was the first of the few Beyblade theories that I made where I tried to do some research and I actually tried to do something different with the channel. So for me, that's one of the best videos, in my opinion, that I've made, and that I look back on it and I'm like, yeah, that's when a lot of changes started to happen with the channel.
I actually didn't know that, so that's really interesting. I think it's really important to pivot and evolve your channel and your content, and the fact that you did it at that point and you recognize like that's one of your favorite moments. I feel the same way about some of my videos, like with Beyblade Legends. That was a turning point. Some of my Worth the Buy videos, I think that was a turning point. Really love that answer from you. I actually haven't seen that video, so I'm gonna go watch that right after this. All right, here's a deep one. Is there anything you regret in your YouTube career?
I don't have any regrets. The whole YouTube journey has been really fun, really enlightening. And so really no regrets, just moving forward and trying not to make any mistakes I've made in the past is what I'm trying to do pretty much.
Hey, no regrets, homie. All right, this one I'm really curious about. Which Beyblade content creators do you watch the most?
Honestly, I don't watch as much as Beyblade content creators as I used to, and that's because I don't want to get, caught up with what they're doing and try to kind of imitate that. So basically right now, the only one I really watch is Blaster.
Oh man, don't watch my videos. Honestly, my videos, I don't think they're that good, but they're okay.
I watch Michael Nightwing and a little bit of the Detective here and there, but that's pretty much it.
Personally, I watch Jake the most. I just find his videos like really enjoyable to watch, really entertaining, informative. He just has a really good vibe to them. Oh, and of course I watch you. You're known for your slow motion videos. Do you have a favorite gimmick to see in slow motion?
So there's a few Beyblades that I still haven't actually caught, and those are the ones that I'm actually very interested in seeing, like Bahamut or Heaven Pegasus. Those reverse lock gimmicks, those are the ones that are really interesting for me.
Okay, what are your expectations from Beyblades in the future related to generation, production, pricing?
So I'm actually making a video about that right now. And I think that inside of the Beyblades, there should be more gimmicks, maybe more electronics, and who knows, maybe we'll have VR.
If you were to make a second YouTube channel, what would it be about?
So I have tried making a second channel, and it's a little hard to kind of make content for both that'll actually be inspiring in my eyes, a little bit inspiring. But what I have tried is doing do-it-yourself videos.
Here's a fun one. What type of mythology do you think the next anime series will feature?
I don't know much about mythology, and pretty much the old mythology that they've used, I just kind of research and go along with it. But maybe Greek mythology? That'd be kind of cool to see.
Okay, so whenever I posted about this interview coming up and was asking for questions, I got a lot of people asking like something along the lines of, are you a real dad? How many children do you have? How many children do you have to be called Beyblade dad? And like you have a grandpa or something? I don't know, man.
Yeah, I'm a real dad. If you go back to my first videos, you could actually see my son and I having some battles. And every now and then we still battle too. So yeah, I have one son.
Last question. Are you proud of your content and how many subscribers that you've acquired?
I am very proud of the content I create, especially nowadays. It might be a little bit different than what everybody else is doing, but that's pretty much what I wanted to do. I don't want to be making commercials for Hasbro or Takara, Tomy. And so whenever I saw them doing something like, just doing the Beyblades, I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want to be different. I want to be doing something that nobody else is doing. And so that's what is happening nowadays with my content. When I think about subscribers, I don't really want to have a lot of subscribers. I feel like it's a little bit nerve-wracking, a little bit more expectations from what I got to do. And that kind of kills the fun of having a YouTube channel for me. But I mean, I appreciate everybody that's ever subscribed and watched my videos. I'm very grateful for everybody.
Man, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been awesome interviewing a Beyblade legend. We've been friends for several years. Many of you don't know that, but Beyblade Dad was one of the first Beytubers that I talked to. He was the first Beytuber that I made a collab with.
Greetings, fellow Bladers. Today we are diving deep into the darkest theories of Beyblade, and I am joined by the incredible mind of the one and only Beyblade Dad. We are going to be alternating our perspectives on the theories, so be sure to check out Beyblade Dad's video as well for the full experience. Level 1, Hyper Reality, what is known.
Looking back on that video, it was really fun. It's kind of cringe now compared to the quality that we've achieved now. I'm honestly so glad that we have someone like Beyblade Dad in the community. He makes really unique and interesting videos, and that's what I like to see from the Beyblade community. People who are original, people who put a lot of effort into their videos. Thank you for being on my show, and I look forward to what the future holds for both of us.
You're too kind. Thank you very much for having me, Blaster, and I appreciate it.